NBC6 special presentation of 6 Hours of Caring, benefiting the Renesting Project, a local nonprofit dedicated to providing gently used furniture and household items to individuals and families starting fresh. Your generosity brings hope, comfort, and a brighter future to those who need it most on this 6 Hours of Caring.
Thank you for joining us for our 6 Hours of Caring benefiting the Renesting Project. I'm Dan Jovic. Let's get right to it. NBC6's Jackie Jovic joining us now live, sharing how you can help. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Dan. This is such a great nonprofit. They provide household items to people in need, things that we often take for granted. I'm joined by Emily Jo Manchester-Sandon. She is the executive director. Thank you so much for being with us, Emily.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now let's just talk about the mission of the Renesting Project.
So Renesting Project is a furniture bank. Our mission is to gather and distribute gently used furniture for those in need right here in Northwest Louisiana.
And you guys have a huge warehouse in Bossier City.
Yes, ma'am, we do. It is a 6,500 square foot warehouse, and everything we do happens at that building. We call it the Nest. That is where we serve our clients from. It's where our donors drop off, our volunteers prep items, our board meets there. A lot of our events happen there. We love our Nest.
And let's talk about the people that you help, because a lot of people come to you in crisis.
Yes, the only requirements for our services are that you can't have the items that you're requesting or the means to get the items that you're requesting. And because that's a pretty broad statement, it means we're serving an extremely diverse population. Young people aging out of foster care, previously homeless veterans, families recovering from a domestic violence crisis, people that were displaced due to natural disasters, a little bit of everyone. Just people who don't have the things that they need to function with dignity in their dwelling.
Talk about the process and the things that you have seen and the changes in people when they get the things that they need.
So the process is fairly simple. We partner with over 60 agencies here in Northwest Louisiana, and those agencies assist people with getting into housing or with legal assistance, especially in cases of domestic violence. But once they're housed, those services are limited in what they can assist with. So we fill the gap by providing furniture and household items. A particularly memorable renest, which is when we bring the items to a client and then set up their dwelling for them. A particularly memorable renest for me was last Easter. We served a mom of 7 who had escaped a domestic violence situation in California and had been couch surfing with her family for a number of weeks. And then we helped furnish her apartment. We got bunk beds for her kids. One of our board members actually made Easter baskets, and she was not able to be there while we were setting things up, which isn't always the case, but her 18-year-old son let us in the apartment while we were working, so she was able to get off work and come back to essentially what felt like an entirely different apartment. She was so overwhelmed that when she first walked in and was going through the bedrooms, she didn't really realize or notice some of the things. So she walked through the whole apartment and then came back to the front door and noticed her sofa and a TV and was just overwhelmed with the difference that it would mean in her everyday life.
That is just so beautiful. And all of you can help people get a fresh start just like that. The number to call is 318-629-7121. You can scan the QR code on your screen or head to ktalnews.com and help people start over. Dan?
Yeah, what a great example there. Dignity. Perfect word used to describe what they provide. Jackie, thanks so much.